I'm going to pull out my earpiece now as well. All right, excellent. Oh, glasses off, glasses on. Hello and welcome. I'm Helen Tite from iCare, iMove, and you are here watching Totter. Totter is, I've just clocked my I look like I've got little spaniel's ears going on there. Totter is our step up or step down, it depends your perspective on life, is a class that we offer for those who are older, unsteady on their feet. They may or may not be in a falls prevention program, but this is about your mobility and having a better understanding of your own health. Now, we're all very different and we're as unique as our fingerprints. Remember that. So the great thing about this program is that you don't have to compare yourself to anyone. You do what you need to do when you need to do it, and but move more and sit less. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so in this release this year, we have been spending more time looking at Pilates and the Pilates method and what that looks like. So it is called mat work, Pilates, but we won't be using a mat. We are going to be performing our Pilates session in stand or sit today. So we'll offer some variations to you. With that said, Joseph Pilates designed this program to improve your movement capability. Unlike yoga, because a lot of people confuse yoga practice with Pilates practice. Yoga in its entirety is a different culture and it's a way of life, whereas Pilates is simply about improving the posture so you can perform better in life. So that's like your biggest variations. With Pilates, it comes from Greek style of movement and more of a rehabilitative form of activity and exercise. So, which is why it's such a cool thing for working with older people, because many older people are living with chronic health conditions, chronic being long-term health conditions. So this is really aptly designed to sit and support you better. So the first thing we talk about is our self-supporting spine, our lovely posture. So we're looking at a long spine. Now I'm going to do a bit of work in stand today. Feel free to join me in stand. The first thing we would encourage here is to bring the feet together, turn your toes out to 10 to 2. And then line your heels up behind your toes. So essentially, when we stand in this position, your feet are underneath your knees, and your knees, this is the center of your body. Okay, so we have a tendency, particularly us females, when we say stand at hip width apart, we'll do this. Actually, we need this. So from here, we think about stretching the foot and the weight equally distributed between small toes, big toes and heels. So if you want to just kind of move around the feet side to side, and you can do all of this in sit as well. If you want to move around the foot, the edges, what I'm looking for is you to feel centered. So you feel that pressure coming up through the arches without clinging on with your toes. So lovely relaxed foot, stretched foot, but you feel that real connection coming up through your body. Now try and let go of your knees. That's kind of an interesting thing. If we ask people to stand still, they will bunch their knees. So we are looking just to have the knees off lock. And then with a long spine, we're lengthening the spine and just a little tuck under. So we're lengthening the spine, going as tall as you can, and what should happen is just a gentle tilt under. So you're just scooching under a little bit. I'll come a bit closer, so it's kind of fairly subtle. So what I'm looking for is a lengthening through the spine. Can you see how my shape changed? So just a lengthening, and that's allowing a tucking under of the pelvis, and as soon as you do that, we shorten off through the abdominals. So that's really important that we maintain this bit. We talk about core and we talk about deep core. So, and all of this area, so head, arms, legs are not core. The rest of it is, and then deep core is here. Okay, so what does that look like? I want you to think about your pelvic floor to lift it. And then as you breathe, compression down. So there's like a squashing in your center. And again, just a little lengthening of your spine, a little lengthening of your spine. We always talk about lifting up through the collarbone. That's not stick your boobs out. That is a lift up through the chest and still tuck under through the pelvis. A lot of time is spent here in Pilates because it's just those tiny little refined movements to really optimize your position. Okay, shoulders back and down at your sides. So here we go. We think about long arms. Again, we tend to get short and tight in the front of the arms, and then the arms start to bend at the elbow a lot. So we need to get that balance. So I'm looking for a longer arm. Lovely, shoulders back and down. So slowly rolling through the shoulder. I'm going to come close again. So it's up, back, down, up, back, down. And we take time with this movement. Beautiful. Now let your elbows do a bit of work here. Feel your shoulder blades connect. So squeeze through the shoulder blades. Allow your elbows to come into play. Now if you want to, pop, let's just do one hand only, right fingers to shoulder and draw a circle with your elbow. Now in Pilates, we like everything slow, slow and controlled. And Joseph Pilates would talk about consistent flow of controlled movement. So it's constant movement, but slowly performed with, I always say, attitude. Okay, when you're ready, switch sides. So keep your fingers on your elbow. And everything starts smaller, goes bigger. Starts smaller, goes bigger. So when we start the movement, there's barely any rotation, and then in the trunk, and then as we get bigger, there's a general movement right the way through the posture. Okay, lovely, and it's good. So have your chair knee stood by if you need to. Okay, so we're thinking about mobilizing. I want you to take your right arm towards the sky and then bring it down, left arm towards the sky and bring it down. One comes up. Now we're going to do this simultaneously, all right? Slowly switch. Breathing out, keeping the neck long and your shoulders down. So it's lovely movement. This will help to lubricate the joint at the shoulder. Take your time through the movement. You look lush, by the way, already. Oh, there he is. Sorry to kick you out and abandon you. He's back now. Lovely. Just taking our time in that movement. Hopefully, if this is too intense and you're sat, you might want to wiggle your fingers. Tell me if you're feeling breathless. Tell me, just like communicate with me, okay? Last time. Beautiful. And then release your arms back to your sides. Well done, team. I'm going to think about rotating through the chest and trunk. Now start with your fingers on your chin and your thumbs to your chest. So fingers to chin, thumbs to chest. And the reason we do this is because there is a tendency for you to just look over your shoulder and not actually rotate through the trunk. Now watch, now just watch me for a second. Nothing is moving from my waist down. This is what we see. Notice I didn't do that. So we are taking stillness into the lower body, rotating from the trunk only. This will reduce your range of movement. It's a very slow movement, so this is rotating. So you might prefer to do this in sit if you want to. You're rotating from the waistband upwards. This will pull naturally on your rib cage, okay? So let's think about this from an aging point of view. Our ribs, our bone health can be diminished as we get older, and that is just part of the aging process. This rotation enables us to just pull the muscles around the rib cage, and this pulling around your rib cage is actually pulling on the fascia, the sheath of the bone, and this helps to keep the bone stronger, okay? So this rotation alone is a really nice thing because it's not unusual to break a rib, God forbid, but this will help us. Okay, relax your shoulders and give yourself a moment. So because we're working with an older customer, I want you to take your feet just a little bit wider, not massively, just a little bit wider, because I do want us to tip down to one side. Now, slowly, slowly we do this. Really take your time with this. Think about really centering your body. Centering means I don't want you to like lean and feel like your weight shifting where you feel unbalanced. I really want you to feel that control and stretch out of your rib. Now this is the change. We are going to slide down, slide out, and come up. Slide down, slide out, and come up. Now this is really interesting because I know that I struggle with back pain. So I notice and feel flashes in my low back. So you have to work to a point of pain, not through pain. That's absolutely not what this is about. So you have to listen to your body, and if it hurts, don't do it. But if this gets you to a point where you're like, I can cope with that, any more, too much, then I rein it in. Yes? Does that make sense? Well done. Release, relax, and give yourself a moment. Lovely. Okay, so now what I'd like you to do is to stretch your arms in front of you, and we're going to do 3 switches. It goes like this: 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You keep going, long spine, brace through your center, have that little tuck under of your pelvis. So we're really sort of focusing on keeping your pelvis in a neutral position. 1, 2, 3. Relax your neck. 1, 2, 3. Last time. 1, 2, 3. And release your arms. Good, good, good. So we've crossed over the midline. This enables a little stretch, but also thinks about our breathing. Going to repeat the same flow, but this time the arms come behind us. So firstly, we have to roll our shoulders. Think about your base of support. 1, 2, 3, open. 1, 2, 3, open. 1, 2, 3, open. 1, 2, 3, open. Keep going for me. 1, 2, 3, open. So make your arms go whoom and your hands fizz. So it's a lovely feeling. Beautiful. 2 more. and release. Well done. Relax off your shoulders. Give yourself a moment. We like that? Oh yeah, it can make you feel quite hot because there's a lot of activation going on here. We have a lot of lymph nodes around the body. They're everywhere, and they're almost like our little human sewage system. So, and they live quite close to the surface. So when we squash things, we give them a little squeeze, and they make us feel hot because we're just getting rid of any toxins in our body. So it's a clever little thing, really. Your lymphatic system, it's marvellous. Okay, so we're rolling the shoulders just for a second. Let's just give yourself a moment. Okay, so from here, shoulders back and down, palms forward. Think about that long spine. So I sit comfortably like this. So I find it quite hard now because of my hips to hold my core. So belly out, tuck under. Got it? Got it? So it's important that we maintain that today. So let's think, tuck it under. So we're really we're pulling in. There you go, good. So arms come up at your sides. Keep your elbows glued in at your ribs. Open the arms, close the arms. We would say, breath in to prepare, exhale to open, inhale to close. Well done. Exhale to open, inhale to close. Well done. Brace, open, elbows low, neck long, smile, continuous flow of controlled movement, opening and closing. Now guys, you're going to feel this around the shoulder joint, down the back of the arm. It really is quite a challenge to hold this posture. So when we're here in this posture, everything is cooking around the shoulder girdle. So it's all good stuff. Thank you, Stuart, for supporting your mum. So we're opening and closing. Last time, bracing through your center, shoulders down and relax. Come back to center and release. Well done. Now we're going to need a chair where, if we're standing, because we're coming into a thing called one leg circle. Now in our falls prevention class, we do a lot of wide base sway, okay? So the next little bit is around circling around the hip joint. We are standing on one leg. So the chair is there for support. We're feeling all the pressure in the center, and we lift one leg away. Then we circle 1, 2, 3, 2 more, 4 and 5. Stop, switch direction. 5, 4, brace. 3, 2 and 1. Bring the feet together and relax off your thighs for a second. Going to switch sides. So you have to stand tall. Really think about that elongation through the posture before we set up. So tall, abduct, that's the movement. So we're lifting the leg away from the floor. We're using the other hand for support, and we go 3. Oh no, it's 5, 4, 3, 2, last time, switch direction. 5, squeeze the buttocks. 4, nice and tall. 3, good job. 2, last time, bring the feet back and give yourself a moment. That's called one leg circle. It used to crack me up. I used to think, like, because they're so obvious, the names of some of these movements, you're like, God, they must have sat in a think tank for days trying to come up with these names. Right, we're coming back. Leg 1. But watch first. 1, 2. Got it? So we're just out and in, out and in. Okay, so a lovely and tall, lengthen through the torso. So we've got the balance on. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's raucous laughter going on. 4 and 3. I have no idea what's going on in the gallery, but they're very naughty. 2, last time, and release. Give yourself a bit of a moment. Now, I demonstrated that without holding on. You don't have to. It really challenges your balance. And the other thing is, I'm wearing shoes. You don't have to wear shoes either. So lovely until you're braced and tall through your hips. Ready? So it's 10 in total. 9, 8, 7, 6, look at this lot, and 5, 4, 3, well done, 2, well done, last time, and then release. Okay, here's a tip, a booty stretch or a hip stretch. Bend your knees and just stick your hip out to one side. I used to call this the daisy pose. So it's like sulky. Oh, that's what my kids used to do when they were little. So what you should get is the lovely little stretch out of the hip. And then the Maddie pose goes like that. Oh. So again, it's a little stretch out of the hip. One side might feel slightly different to the other. Okay, and relax. Good, 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 good. Well done. Are we okay? Can I have a thumbs up? We're still with me. Brill. Beryl's like, oh, I love this. Okay, so you've seen something similar with us before. So, and actually, Pat has filmed this piece of work, exactly this, but on the floor. I'm assuming you did leg kickbacks on the floor when you did the filming on Monday. Yeah. Okay, so Pat's got a nice piece of work to send out to you guys to practice all of this on the floor. Okay, so we're nice and tall. We're braced. We've got that lovely little tuck through the buttocks. The leg comes back and in. Same leg, we take it back. Brace through the center and in. So we've got that tuck back and in. Once again, and in. So the leg is going backwards, not outwards, which is a challenge. 2 more. Well done, last time. And then feet together. Give yourself a moment. We switch sides. Okay, same thing. Nice and tall. Tuck under, so we're really locking down through your center. That's the important thing. Pull. Nice and tall. Here we go. Take it back. Ooh. Use the chair for your support. Try and stand as tall as you can, like really find the space in your spine when you perform the moves. Put it back and center. Put it back and center. Good job. So we've got 5 more to go. 4, brace 3, brace 2, squeeze bum, and release. Good job. Are we okay? Are our backs okay? Yes? Yeah? Good. So let's draw some circles. Wide base of support. Draw circles in one direction. I got squeaky shoes. Switch, go in the opposite direction. Lovely. Well done. Now, I've taught a gazillion different fitness disciplines in my life, and one of the ones that I never brag about is my days of teaching aqua fitness, because it used to just be so hot. And if it was on your CV and you'd go to a club, they'd go, "Ooh, aqua." Like, oh, it's the hardest thing to teach because you'd be so hot inside a pool. But actually, this is where this comes from, okay? So bear with me. Just imagine lots of, because it was always my seniors, So I'd have my seniors all against the wall. So this is along the wall, pool side, and they'd lift, lift. Got it? So I want you to bring the leg up and down and up and down. My foot's flexed. It's a little rotation through the body. So the knee is working, the hip is working. Now try and stand as tall as you can. And if you are in the pool, really nice to perform this movement. So I want you to imagine your leg is like a piston. Up, pump down, up, pump down, up, pump down. That's it. Up, pump down. Give me 4 and 3. Hello hips, 2. Last time. Well done. Give yourself a shaky, 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 shaky. Other side. Right. Up, nice and tall, out to the side. Hello hips. 1 and 2. This is all pressure work around the core. This is lovely lubrication around the hip joint. It's challenging our balance. It's making us feel excellent and slightly smug because we didn't get out for a cup of tea yet today. We did our fitness class instead. And out and up and out. Use that piston. Push. Push. 4 and 3, 2, last time, and release. Oh, Colette, are we there? Are you all right, darling? You're like, she's going, oh, it's hot. It is. Use your chair for a support, feet nice and wide. Send your hips side to side and give yourself a moment. If it might mean side to side in a little circle, do that too. Side to side on a little circle. Now, watch. I'm walking my feet back from the back of my chair. So from here, I'm going to tuck under and push my hips forward. Did you see that? Push back, tuck under, and my shoulders become closer to the chair. And take it back, bum sticks out. 1, tuck under. What you might feel is some movement in your spine. This is certainly about your flexibility. So booty sticking out, tuck it under. Pelvis forward, tuck it under, waggy tail, tuck it under, pelvis forward. So you're really pulling in through your belly. Real good piece of core work here, Beryl. Essentially, this is a standing plank. It's a little waggle. Tuck under. Lovely. It's also known, believe it or not, this move, this spinal articulation, we would use to help people do headstands and handstands. Who knew? Don't forget that little waggle, Beryl. Tuck under. Might make you feel hot. Tuck under. Waggy tail. Up, up, through, squeeze buttocks. Does that make sense? So you all got this. Have we got it? Beryl's. You all right, Beryl? Okay, last time. Don't know about you, but that's made me really hot. Okay, shake off your knees, relax your kneecaps, come forward. Okay. Right. Are we okay? Yeah? Okay. Right. Okay. Let's take the right fingers to the right elbow. Okay, right fingers to the right elbow. How'd you do that? Right fingers to the right temple. Okay, so left arm out. We're tipping and rising. Relax your knees. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel it here in my back. So it's quite strong. So the opposite when you're here is to contract, pull up. So we go down, squeeze. Got it? Last time. I like that with the hands. It's good. I understand what's going on, but that's helping. Good. Okay. Peter, do you need to take your tablets? You do your tablets. Just check in time for you. Okay. Left fingers to temple, elbow out, arm out. Yes, it does feel like I'm a little teapot. Now we kind of have been here already in the session. So this is about sciencey bit, fulcrums and levers, arm out, arm out. This changes the midline of the body opposed to this where we started earlier on. So the center point of gravity was very much in the center. As soon as we start to apply, change the lever, so your arm's heavy, your center of gravity changes. So actually what you're doing is challenging slightly different muscle fibers into your center and around your trunk, which is exciting. It's nerdy stuff that I really, really honor about the human body. Last time, and relax. Give yourself a wiggle jiggle. We could go on a little boogie here. La la. Just relax it all out. Da da da. A little bit of break dancing. No. So I can't help it. I've just gone into these kind of weird robot arms. Truth is, I'm a bit tired today, so I don't know what I'm talking about half the time today. Okay, so we're using the back of the chair for a bit of support. What I'd like us to do is to bend at the knees. So the idea here is to push the bottom backwards, squeeze through the abdominals to come back up. So we're lowering down and then we're clenching as if you're trying to pull your belly button into your backbone to pull yourself up. Yeah, got it. So I got a thumbs up. Yeah. So on the up phase, clench your bum cheeks. So you're going down and then it's like a real clench. Not your teeth, your bum cheeks. Ooh, that's it. This is good stuff. This is real good booty stuff. And really healthy for the pelvic floor. Well done. Chris has got a lovely little cheeky smile on her face today. Colette needs to lie down. You're doing really well. Well done. And give yourself a moment. Oh, I love ya. Right. We would teach this in falls prevention. This is Totter, so I'm anticipating we've progressed on a little. So watch, just watch, just watch, just watch. So it's side and front and side and back. Side and front and side and back. Same side, cross over to the side and back. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Good job. Boom, boom. Now I'm doing this at a relatively quick pace because rhythm helps. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Good. And you're not thinking about it. So if you say this out loud for me, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. I can't hear you. Can you say this out loud for me? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. It helps because if you're saying it out loud, you're using a different part of the brain. You're not thinking about what you're doing. This becomes an automatic process. This is all about that neuroplasticity, which means that we're teaching different parts of the brain to do a familiar action. Okay. And release. Good job. Other side and front. Annie, my darling, you all right? And back. Side, front, crossed over, side, back. Can we do the low limb camera? Front, side, back. 1, 2, 1. Picking up the pace. We go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Working through the whole lower body. Work to your own rhythm or count out loud. Boom. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Excellent. Boom, boom. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good job, you rock stars. Da, da. Go. 4, 3. Well done, and release. Now keep pumping your heels because there's a lot of blood flow that was moving then to keep you up on your feet. You're wonderful. Okay, and you know this stuff, right? You need to pump your heels. You pump your heels because it squeezes your calf muscles, which sends the blood quickly to your heart, stops you feeling dizzy. Okay, let's do this. Let's do a little step touch. Islands in the stream. That is what we are. Do you remember that? Do you remember when we used to do dancing? Oh, God, I miss those days. Well done. Okay, now watch. Forward, backwards. Can you get rid of the graphic for me for a minute? Did you hear me in the gallery? Can you ditch the graphic? Thank you. So we're rocking heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. The nice thing about this movement, this does talk to your pelvic floor. So it's a forward and back movement, rocking through the foot. Really important here because at some point you're on one foot only through this movement. Chris, you're doing really well. Listen to Stuart. Well done. Well done. Okay, now we switch legs. Chair is always there for your support. So rolling through the foot. It's really important we do this, rolling through the foot, taking our time. It's a nice space between front foot, back foot. You always know there's somewhere secure for you to hold on to. If you feel at all unsteady on your feet. Well done, my loves. Brace through your center. Think about your posture. Lovely and tall. Keep going. This is you just getting your steps in, right? Excellent work. Well done. Last time. And come back to center. Well done. Okay, I'm going to use this opportunity to stretch you in stand. In the first place, stand as wide as you can for you. Not to the point where you're stuck out there. Just rock your hips side to side. Okay. Hopefully you're getting a stretch into the inner thigh. Take your time as you melt into one side and then into the other. Relax your kneecaps. Have you noticed they've like bunched up? Just try and relax your knees. Well done. And then come back to center. Your body stays close to the chair. One leg goes back. Now one leg takes a step back and slowly, whilst keeping your heel towards the floor and the back knee stretched. Okay. Step forward, switch sides, step back, slowly melt the back heel into the ground. Slowly step together. And when you're ready, did I move too quickly? And when you're ready, step together and slowly bring yourself back into your chair. Give yourself a moment. Feel the chair at the back of your legs before you sit down. Oh! Are we all right? It's nice, isn't it? Oh, lovely. Okay. Make yourself nice and comfortable. Relax into your chair. Now it's going to take a minute or two because we're going to do some relaxation now, okay? Melt into your chair. Melt into the back of your chair. God, it's beautiful blue sky now here in Helston. In Helston? I'm not in Helston. Where am I? I'm in Cornwall. In Truro. Okay, so what I'd like you to do, relax off your shoulders and see if your hands can just settle into your lap, fingers up. If not, don't worry. Honestly, it's not a test. Okay. Take some long breaths in through the back of the nostrils. Out through the mouth. See if you can allow your jaw to relax. Might need to give it a bit of a wiggle jiggle. And relax. Because often what's going on in the jaw, some tension there, and often it's where we hold a lot of our stress. Let's see if we can relax around the face, the forehead and the eyebrows. Just let that tension just slip away. Feel the shoulders relax. It's like You're sat under a beautiful waterfall, and this water is just cascading over you. And so as you breathe in and out, this water is just coming over you and washing away any tension. Just let it go. That you're lying in the comfiest, cushy, most beautiful, cozy, warm bed. Your favourite cushions, crunchy, fresh bed linen. Oh, it's just wrapped around you. You might be on your own. Right now, that thought was one dog near one side, one spooning on the other side. Cutched in, snoring. There's no room for my husband in this one today. But just that sense of total comfort. That big warm arms wrapped around you. Big cloak keeping you warm. And comforted and reassured. Where you feel protected. Especially when you feel vulnerable. Feel strong, warm arms wrapped around you. And send that comfort to each other. This is because you're good people and you reach out to each other, supporting each other and sharing your kindness, sharing your love, feeling wrapped up and hugged and held and safe and good. You take a long breath in. As you exhale, that's you kind of coming out of that hug, but you've been there for a good few minutes. And you can feel your happiness levels being topped up. As we know, if you're held for more than 20 seconds, your oxytocin lifts. So all the good quality hormones, just like great chocolate, is fizzing around your body, leaving you that sense of wellness and a calming sense of well-being. Because you are magnificent. And because you're loved. Create some movement back to your fingers and to your toes. Take a long breath in and a breath out. Tuck your chin to your chest for a moment and really stretch out through the back of your neck. Look forward, look upwards. Feel that stretch through the front of your neck. Eye gaze forward, roll your shoulders, send your arms out wide. Stretch and wiggle your fingers. And bring your hands together in a small, gentle, yet perfect round of applause. Well done, my angels. Done! Smug! It's Friday! You've done your activity. You feel good. And now, if you need me, you know where we are. Info, iCare, iMove. We love to hear your story. No matter how silly you think they are, they're so valuable to us. We love, love, love to hear your stories of well-being. So come